Hello, friends, and welcome back to lesson number 7. We are talking about agri sector policy in this lesson, and this is the fourth video. In the previous lesson, friends, we had started discussing about the minimum support price, which is MSP, and we'll continue that topic in this video also. In this video, we'll study what are the various issues and challenges for MSP in our country. We have seen the meaning of MSP and how it is calculated, what is the CACP, right? So you if you have not watched the previous video, you can go back to lesson number 7C, and from there you can continue to this video. So let us start discussing about the issues and challenges first. What are the various issues and challenges with regards to MSP. So the first one is limited beneficiaries. This we talked about in the previous video also. Shanta Kumar committee in 2015 said that only 6% of farmers actually benefit from MSP due to procurement focused on wheat and rice. So the government procurement is focused mostly on wheat and rice in the country, and only about 6% of the farmers benefit out of MSP. Most of these small and marginal farmers, they don't get benefited because they don't have land details, and they don't have marketable surplus also. So this is reaching very few farmers. The intended beneficiary is very less in this. Farmers growing pulses or oilseeds in states like Rajasthan rarely get access to MSP procurement. So they are not getting benefited because although government declares MSP for various pulses and oilseeds and cash crops also, but procurement does not happen there. So MSP just remains a theoretical value for such crops. Then the next one is geographical bias. Procurement is concentrated in Punjab, Haryana, and Uttar Pradesh, mostly western Uttar Pradesh, leaving states like Bihar and Odisha underserved. Example being, Punjab procures almost 90% of its rice at MSP, while Bihar procurement is less than 10% due to weak infrastructure. Now, what is this infrastructure? This is basically your mandi infrastructure, godowns, warehouses, logistics, rice mills, etc. Then the next issue or next challenge is storage and buffer stock issues. Excess procurement leads to overflowing warehouses, increasing storage cost and food grain wastage. So we should have that much storage facilities also to store these procured grains. In 2024, FCI, which is the Food Corporation of India, FCI's wheat stocks exceeded buffer norms by 20 million tons, costing 10,000 crore annually in storage. So government is spending 10,000 crore annually to store these procured grains also. Now this buffer norms meaning what? This is a buffer norm which the government keeps for its food security for the poor people. Through PDS, ration is distributed to the poor families who have ration cards. So for that, whatever stock the government maintains in its warehouses, that is called buffer stocks. So we will discuss about buffer stocks in detail when we study about PDS and issues related to buffer stocks. Okay. Then issue here is that rotting grains and poor warehouse conditions lead to losses. So obviously a lot of economic losses happen there. Then WTO disputes also. World Trade Organization, we have seen this, the different classification of subsidies by WTO into blue box, amber box and green box. So MSP for rice and wheat is classified under the amber box subsidy, which is trade distorting, exceeding 10% of production value limit. So time and again countries like USA, they complain about India and they raise this issue, but we use the peace clause here to save ourselves. In 2019, the US challenged India's rice subsidies at WTO. India invoked the peace clause in 2020 to protect its food security programs, but permanent solution is pending as of 2025. So this is again something that is an issue, and a question might come from this also as to what is peace clause and what can be the permanent solution. Now, what are the solutions to these challenges? The first solution can be universal procurement or price deficiency payment. So this is another economic mechanism through which the government can help the farmers. Expand procurement to all 23 MSP crops or adopt PDP schemes where the government compensates farmers for the difference between market price and MSP. Okay, so again I'll show you this demand and supply. So this is demand. Suppose this is the market demand and supply, and this is the market equilibrium. This is the equilibrium quantity and equilibrium price. This is the market price. Now if for example the MSP that is declared is say above this market equilibrium. So for example, this market equilibrium price is say 2000 for rice, but the government declares it to be 2300. Okay, so this is the MSP declared by the government at 2300. So now what can happen is that the government can just simply pay this price differential to the farmers, okay, this 300, and let them sell in the open market, and this extra 300 can be given by the government. So there will not be much burden on the government to procure this. So now what is happening, government is paying entire 2300 to procure, but when it adopts this scheme of PDP, price deficiency payment, it will have to pay only 300, and market forces will play accordingly. Example, MP's Bhavantar Bhugtan Yojana. So this is an experiment in Madhya Pradesh. Bhavantar Bhugtan means that only. Bhavantar means the difference in price, and Bhugtan means payment. So the government pays the price deficiency only here. It compensates farmers for price shortfalls in pulses and oilseeds. So very good scheme of the Madhya Pradesh government. Then the next solution can be the crop diversification. Shift focus from rice and wheat to millets, pulses and oilseeds to reduce water intensive monocropping. Example, higher MSP for millets, that is jawar, at 3,371 per quintal in 2025 encourages diversification. So see, the government is paying more MSP for jawar than rice and wheat, so obviously it incentivizes. But again, if there is no procurement, and if there is no large scale infrastructure to procure these commodities, then practically it doesn't happen. So that also needs to be seen. Inclusion of millets and pulses. Include millets and pulses in PDS to create demand and ensure procurement and at MSP. Procurement is very important if we want to incentivize farmers, but again we have budgetary limitations. We cannot just keep on procuring because we don't have unlimited amount of money. In 2025, National Millet Mission promoted millets as Shri Anna for nutritional security. Then the next solution is linking with ENAM, which is Electronic National Agricultural Market, and market reforms need to be done. Integrate MSP with ENAM to ensure farmers access better market and prices. So now what happens is that with ENAM, basically the government connects farmers to the entire country. Okay, right now in the absence of ENAM, what happens, there is a physical mandi, so the government is tagged to a mandi, so the farmer is tagged to a mandi only. Okay, here, so he has to go and sell his produce only in that mandi to which he is tagged. But with ENAM, the farmer can see all the mandis in the entire country. Okay, a farmer in Odisha can see the mandi of Maharashtra also, Tamil Nadu also, and he can choose where he want to sell, so that he gets better prices and better access to the market. So that is in short the work of ENAM. Example, ENAM connects 1361 mandis across India. Okay, 1361 mandis are connected through ENAM, enabling farmers to sell beyond local APMC. Okay, so local mandis, beyond that farmers can go. APMCs, Agriculture Produce Marketing Committees. Okay, local mandis basically in layman's language. In 2025, ENAM was expanded to improve transparency in MSP procurement. Okay, so these are some of the steps which the government has taken. Then we will see about some of the case studies or examples where good practices can be adopted. You can quote them in your answer writing also. So Bhavantar Bhugtan Yojana, already we have seen Madhya Pradesh. It was launched in 2017. It compensates farmers for the difference between MSP and market price for crops like soybean and pulses. Okay, to encourage farmer to get into oilseeds and pulses. What is the impact? It benefits small farmers by reducing dependence on physical procurement. In 2024, soybean farmers received almost 500 to 1000 per quintal as price deficiency payment. Okay, so very good payout to the farmers. In 2025, this scheme was scaled up to include more oilseeds. Then the next one is Telangana's Raitu Bandhu plus MSP synergy. So they have combined Raitu Bandhu with MSP. Raitu Bandhu provides 10,000 per acre per season as investment support, complementing MSP procurement for rice. It boosts farmer income and encourages timely sowing. In 2024, Telangana farmers benefited from both Raitu Bandhu and rice MSP increasing yield by 10%. So, this is another case study in our country. So, these two case studies can be quoted as best examples or best practice. In the next video, we'll start discussing about the important topic on PDS. So, MSP and PDS are somehow interrelated because MSP is a reason why we get supply of rice or wheat for the PDS, okay, for the distribution of grains to the poor people. So these two are interconnected. So this is the supply side and this is the demand side, okay. Although they are independent systems, but somehow interconnected. The government uses a very smart mechanism to procure the grains at MSP from the farmers and sell the same grains at subsidized prices to the poor people. So there is a creation of a demand for this production of crops by the farmers. So we'll see about PDS from the next video onwards. Thank you.